Welcome to just a very quick catch-up here at Newcastle Central. It's actually a couple of days away before we're going to be heading back to England for our holidays. And we're going back to England for a couple of weeks, end of July, start of August. We fly out on July 28th. I'm going to be there through until August 12th, I think. Kind of looking forward to it. It's been over a year and a half since I was back in England. With two young kids, it's both stressful and expensive to try and fly back. So I'm going to be making the most of it. So I'm going to have about a week or so around the northeast, around the Durham area with my parents. Somewhere around Durham, Newcastle. I'm going to take the train down to York for a day and go down to the National Railway Museum there. Been to Sheldon last time. Not sure if we're going to Sheldon this time. We're going down to York as well. We've only got 5 or 6 days or so around Durham and Newcastle. And we're actually heading up to Scotland. The whole family, so my wife and kids, and then my mum and dad, sister, and my nephew. We're going up to the Pitlochry area, sorry. So it was actually where I went as a kid, going camping. My dad went in the same place when he was a kid, so it's not exactly family tradition. It just seems to have turned out that way. So my kids are really looking forward to that. They've never really been camping, although it's not going to be quite the camping I was doing as a kid anyway. It's a little bit fancier than back then. And we're looking forward to it. So there hasn't been a whole lot of progress. There is some ballast down. This isn't glued down. Haven't had a whole lot of time in the last 2 or 3 weeks since the last update video. The weather's been really nice. We've been out and playing a lot. I've had a couple of car shows, had some stuff going on at work. Fun stuff, not so much work. Fun stuff going on at work. But I do have this ballast now, and I haven't glued it. One, because I'm a big old wuss, and once it's glued down, it's glued down. That's kind of final. But also, I wasn't 100% on the shade of the ballast. So I'm using the Woodland Scenic Fine Ballast 81 B1 393. I like the size of the actual ballast itself. I think this works out pretty good. I'm just not sure if it's a little bit too light. It will be weathered down a little bit, but yeah, I'm not 100%. I think it's okay. It's a grey blend. Like I said, once it's weathered down, I think it'll look okay. I don't want it to be too dark grey either. I don't think there will be too many colors mixed in, but it just seems very, very light to me right now, which in a way isn't bad, because I think I said in the last video I kind of got a lot of greys going on, what with the point motors and the trunking for the electrical relay boxes and stuff like that. So the lighter greys, adding a little bit of light to the area. So I'm quite happy with how that's going out. Just need to man up and glue it, but again, because it's been so hot, I also haven't wanted to try and glue it and then find that it takes a while to actually go. I don't know if it'll take longer with it being so hot, or if it'll potentially dry on top too quickly, underneath won't. So the reason why I've been leaving it, but I'm in no particular hurry. I have got a few extra bits and pieces from Hatton. I said in the last video that pretty much all the south side of the station is done with the detailing work. On the north side of the station, I kind of needed a little bit more to go in there. I needed a few more of the line side cabinets, the Bachmann branch line side cabinets. I also needed another one of the Wills kits trunking. I needed one more of the buffer stops to be going in there where the class 50 head is. And I got another couple of the dapole signal gantries as well. Again, I talked in the last video. This is kind of what I'm looking at signal gantry wise, so it's enough to cover 3 lines. And so I need probably at least 2, one right where that Hatton's box is, and then another one for what will be coming in over the high level bridge. So I have those to make up. I had also got some of the Trentec signals just to kind of try out. Again, I had talked at the end of the last video trying to figure out signaling. So I got 2 of the SK2s that are the 2 aspect signals, and then one of the SK4s, which is a 3 aspect signal, red, yellow, green. The 2 aspects are just red, green, I wanted to try these out because I got a couple of Arduinos. They were pretty cheap, so just an Uno and then an Arduino Mega, and we'll probably then just hook those up with switches, push buttons probably manually, just for now, to try and figure out, okay, if I had a 3-aspect essentially for the gantry, and then the 2-aspect if I was to pick a couple of the platforms, and again say, okay, if I'm gonna let out the class 108 up here, turn that green, and so then my signal gantry would be green, then this class 43 should have a red light, and then once it would pass a signal here, and then we should have this platform go over to red, and then what I should then get is this one going green, so that I would have this southbound main line that would then remain on green. It's really, like I said, just to kind of play around and see if this is the approach that I want to be taking. The more I've thought about it over the last few weeks and kind of planned out, I think this is probably the approach. We'll probably need the Megas. They've got additional pins. I don't know if I need to do totally blanking on the name. It's a serial ladder essentially as to how you can connect them up. I don't know if I need to go that route. I've got a list somewhere of exactly how many signals I worked out. I think it was something kind of scary, like 13 or 14 signals. Probably more. So we'll see how that goes out. But again, this probably isn't going to end up getting done before I head off to England. But I've got a good amount of stuff now lining up. I've got some more ballast work to finish up here, and then we'll see how that looks before I then progress into the rest of the station. I've got some of the line side equipment here and some signal gantries to build up, so I can finish all, the scenic detailing on that north side, and then I've got the first parts of some signaling. So hopefully that gives you at least some idea as to what's coming up on Newcastle Central once I'm back from holidays. If you are around the northeast of England or even up in Scotland, drop me a comment. I don't think I'm going to have a huge amount of time, and especially with young kids, that kind of means a lot of it's going to be running around with them and seeing family and stuff. But if you are around in the area and you would like to get together, or if you have any recommendations of where to go, the only kind of model shop I know of is Durham Trains of Stanley, who I believe are the ones that are doing the PT model as well. They're about the only model shop that I know of. So let me know. It would be great to try and catch up with some people. I was very jealous of all of the YouTube folks that I got together, the DRS Open Day down in Crewe. It is great to see the community coming together like that, but it is kind of hard when you're missing out on all this and all the live streams and Facebook Fridays and things like that. So let me know, drop me a comment if you are around in the area. Like I say, absolutely no promises that I would at all be able to get together, but it would be great. And the invitation is always open. Seattle is not exactly a holiday destination for most people, but anyone who does end up in the Seattle area, Pacific Northwest of the US, drop me a line. We'd love to have people over for a little running session. So take care. Enjoy all the sunshine and the heat that seems to be in the UK. I'll be there in just a few days, so it's almost certainly going to start to cool down and rain. So you can all get back up in your lofts. And once we're back in August, hopefully I'll be able to start making a good dent on some of all this equipment that we've got. So thanks for watching, take care, and we'll be back soon. Bye.